Hi everyone, it's Hayley here from the Gale Library in Newton, back with your preschool story time this week. Yay, good to see you all. So this week, we weren't here last week, but we are back with our live preschool story times outside in the parking lot. So please, I hope you're joining us today because we are reading some awesome summer books. We do have our craft kits back also this week, which will be out the front of the library while supplies last, hopefully all week. So welcome today. Let's do our hello song. Get your waving hands ready. Ready? Hi there, so glad you came. Hi there, so glad you came. Hi there, so glad you came. 1, 2, 3, let's shout hooray, hooray! Hey there, so glad you're here. Hey there, so glad you're here. Hey there, so glad you're here. 1, 2, 3, let's give a cheer. Yay! Good to see you guys. So let's figure out the day. So we have our story time on the same day at the same time every week. And if you remember, there are 7 days in a week, right? There are 7 days. There are 7 days to the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Saturday. And today it is Tuesday. What month is it? So I've been on vacation for a while, and when I left you, it was July. It is not July anymore. It is the month after July. Do you know what month comes after July? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We are in August already. Where has the year gone? Okay, what date is it? It was August 16 yesterday. So we think 16, 1 and 6. So what comes after the number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it must be not 16, but 17. It is August 17. We are still in 2021. And you can tell by this beautiful weather. What season is it? Good job. It is summer. And it is beautiful and sunny, which is awesome. And when it's beautiful and sunny, I feel happy. And I hope you guys are happy too today. So let's do our first. We've got some beach books to do today. Now the first one I'm going to read is called The Snail and the Whale. Now you guys know that my favorite children's author is Julia Donaldson. And she wrote this book. It was illustrated by Axel Scheffler, who is an amazing illustrator. The Snail and the Whale. I wonder if you guys have read this one before. It's a big book, so I'm going to hold it right here. In fact, let me scoot you that way a little bit. This is the tale of the tiny snail and a great big grey-blue humpbacked whale. This is the rock as black as soot, and this is the snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. These are the other snails in the flock who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, sit still, don't wriggle, stay put." But the tiny sea snail sniffed and sighed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a ride." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and swirled and said, "Ride wanted around the world." Ooh, look at this giant whale. This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale, immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. This is the tale on the humpback whale. He held it out to the starlit sea, and he said to the snail, "Come sail with me." This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs and far-off lands. With fiery mountains and golden sands. Look at that volcano. Crazy. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. These are the caves beneath the waves, where colourful fish with leathery fins and sharks with hideous, toothy grins swam past the whale and the snail on his tail. They look a bit scary. This is the sky, so vast and so high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Can you see him? He's teeny in that storm. As she gazed at the sky and the sea and the land, the waves and the caves of the golden sand, she gazed and she gazed, amazed by it all, and she said to the whale, "I feel so small." But then came the day when the whale lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the tide slipping away. And this is the whale lying beached in the bay. Oh no, he's stuck. "Quick, off the sand, back to the sea," cried the snail. "I can't move on land. I'm too big," said the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then, "I've got it," she cried. She started to crawl. "I must not fail," said the tiny snail. This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, "Sit straight, don't talk." This is the board, as black as soot, and this is a snail with an itchy foot. "A snail! A snail!" The teacher turns pale. "Look," say the children, "it's leaving a trail." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, "Save the whale." These are the children running from school, fetching the fireman and digging a pool. This squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, "Hooray!" as the whale and the snail travel safely away. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, "How time's flown, and haven't you grown?" And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves, and how the snail, so small and so frail, with her looping, curling, silvery tail, saved the life of the humpbacked whale. Then the humpbacked whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. And they all sang to the sea as they set sail on the tail of the grey-blue humpbacked whale. Can you see all the snails? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 snails. That's crazy. The end. Wasn't that a fun story? I love that story. Okay, this one is called Sea, Sand, Me. And it's written by Patricia Hubble, illustrated by Lisa Campbell Ernst. Sea, Sand, Me. I've spent some time at the beach. Have you guys been to the beach this summer? It's a good time for the beach, collecting shells, running in the sea. Pack up our beach bags, load up the car. We're going to the beach. And we're here. Flippy floppy sun hat, wiggle waggle toes, Mummy rubbing lotion on my nose, nose, nose. Pail and shovel, dig, dig, dig. Jump in, Dolly, jump in, pig. Beach day, sun, sand, sea. Gull squawk, squawking, talking to me. Somebody's coming, spoon in his hand. We make a giant castle in the scritchy, scratchy sand. Seashell toenail, seaweed hair, lifeguard laughing in his great tall chair. Sand in our belly buttons, sand in our pants. We jump in the water and we dance, dance, dance. We jump, jump, jump in the curly whirly wave. Cold water doesn't scare us because we're brave, brave, brave. Beach day, sea sand, whee! My friend and I are splashing in the swishy swashy sea. Lunchtime, lunchtime, cookies, lemonade. We flop on our blankets in the shade, shade, shade. This is a fun book. We climb on the rocks, see a starfish on the stone, a little minnow swimming, and a big fish bone. We bounce our beach ball. We put shells in our pants, in our pails, in our pants. That's crazy. We put shells in our pails. Wave at a boat with the big red sails. The shadows on the sand now, sun hanging low. We pack up our beach bags and home we go. Beach day, wish we could stay. I hope to see my friend on the next beach day. All right, I have a song. It's called, I think we've sung this one before, The Waves in the Sea. Do you remember this one? It goes to the tune of The Wheels on the Bus. So we got some waves. The waves in the sea go up and down, up and down, up and down. The waves in the sea go up and down all day long. What else? The sharks in the sea go snap, 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 snap. The sharks in the sea go snap, snap, snap all day long. The fish in the sea go swish, 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 swish. The fish in the sea go swish, swish, swish all day long. The boats in the sea go toot, 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 toot. The boats in the sea go toot, toot, toot all day long. Good job, you guys. All right, Cece and me, we have one more story. It is called A Day at the Beach. And our crafts this week are very summery. We're making a sunshine and a boat that you can float in the sea. Okay, this is called A Day at the Beach by Ed Bryant. One perfect morning, Dad drove Alice B and Baxter to look at the ocean. It was clear and blue with tiny waves that sparkled in the sun. The water looks so nice, said Baxter. I wish we had our swimsuits. Let's go back and get them, said Alice B. It will only take half an hour. Dad drove Baxter and Alice B back to the house. They changed into their swimsuits and Dad took them back to the beach. Alice B and Baxter ran straight into the ocean and dived in. The water felt really good. Wow, look at all those fish, said Baxter. I wish we had our goggles. Let's go back and get them, said Alice B. It will only take half an hour. So Dad drove Baxter and Alice B back to the house. They found their goggles and Dad took them back to the beach. Baxter and Alice B swam underwater and looked at all the fish. After that, they played on the sand. Alice B did a cartwheel. I wish I had my camera, said Baxter. Let's go back and get it, said Alice B. It'll only take half an hour. So Dad drove Baxter and Alice B back to the house. They found Baxter's camera and Dad took them back to the beach. Baxter took some pretty pictures of Alice B. Alice B took some silly pictures of Baxter. Hey Baxter, said Alice B. I bet I could make a better sandcastle than you. I wish we had our shovels, said Baxter. Let's go back and get them, said Alice B. It'll only take half an hour. So Dad drove Baxter and Alice B back to the house. They found their shovels, but this time, Dad drove them back to the beach in his big truck. In the back were shovels and absolutely everything else Dad could think of. Clever Dad, huh? It was very hard to say whose castle was the best. It's hot, said Alice B. I wish Bucky Henderson were here, said Baxter. We could use his paddle boat. Let's go back and get him, said Alice B. It will only take half an hour. Who needs a paddle boat? when you've got me?" asked Dad, lifting up Baxter and Alice high up in the air. Dad took off his shirt. Then he charged down to the beach into a wave with a big splash! Splish! Dad floated on his back while Baxter and Alice B sat on his tummy. They watched the sailboats flying over the waves. On the way home, they stopped for ice cream. It only took them half an hour. That was a fun one, huh? All right, you guys. Oh, I have another song. It goes to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle. So in the summer, we see lots of stars at night, don't we? Because usually the sky is so nice and clear. So let's do Twinkle, Twinkle. Let's get our stars ready. Ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now this one's called In Summer. Pour on lotion, rub it in, perfect for my summer skin. On my bike and in the pool, a sip of water keeps me cool. Shades are on and flip-flops too. In the summer, so much to do. That was a good one, huh? All right, you guys. Well, I thank you for tuning in, and I will hopefully see you next Tuesday at 10 a.m. with our new story time and some different crafts. Don't forget, we're open. The library's open this week, Mondays and Wednesdays from 12 until 6, Tuesdays and Saturdays from 9 until 1. So we hope to see you guys in the library soon. Come and check it out and come see me in the kids' room. Take care and have a good week. Bye, you guys.